Investments on AMSnews.tv. I am Michelle Spence, here with your co-host, Mary Spence.
Hello.
And we are so excited to be taking this journey with you all here in our first installment. We have so many more topics to cover. We will be looking at, in our subsequent shows as we move forward, we're going to be looking at how we secure financing or a mortgage, and what's all involved in that process. We're going to be looking at the rundown for the entire home buying process, because it's a long process and there's a lot involved. So we're going to be looking at all of that. We're going to be looking at becoming more knowledgeable about your credit, because that is important.
Extremely important.
Absolutely. And then we might be looking at becoming a landlord. Who knows? You may not want to let go of your home, but you may want to take on a tenant. We're going to be looking at that process. So one of the things we also will be talking about kind of later on in the show is getting your home ready for sale. The do's and the don'ts of that process, because there are quite a few don'ts, as many as there are do's, right? So, I mean, that's a lot of topics, but there's so many more interesting subjects to cover, and we just cannot wait to cover them with you. But today, specifically, we're going to start by talking about buying versus renting and what might be the better option for you. So, as we kind of thought about our clients that buy versus our clients that rent, we always start with one major theme, and that is, where are your emotions?
Exactly. What's your thought process?
Absolutely.
As we enter this journey with you.
Yes, and what are you basing your decisions on? Are you buying because you might be the first person in your family that may buy a home? And that's a wonderful, admirable thing, right? Are you looking to purchase because all your friends and your family, they're going through the process of buying a home, and they may have taken you out with them,
Yes.
and so you got bit by that bug and you said, oh, I think I should be buying too, right?
Yes.
Who knows? It happens all the time. Has it become essentially a societal norm that as of a certain age, these things happen, right? You get married or you go to college and you have kids and you buy a home, right? Most of these things are kind of impressed upon us that as of a certain time in your life, you should be here, right? And those are things that do impact your decision making, but should they, right? And that's kind of where we start our process. What are you basing your decisions on? Because these are things that are kind of outside influences, really.
True.
And we really want you to be looking at basing your decision on what's truly best for you or whomever may be moving in with you or not. But on the other side, are you a renter? Have you rented all your life because you weren't pretty much sure that you could buy, right? You never looked into the process, or you never knew or thought that it was an option for you. That happens to a lot of people.
True.
Are you renting because you always grew up in an apartment and that's what you considered your home? And that's absolutely fine. But you never thought outside of that, right? So we want to look outside of your current thought process and see what avenue and what option might be best for you. So that's usually where we kind of kick off, is where are your emotions in this process? What are you basing your decisions on? And then as we kind of work through that, we might play therapist just a little bit, but we're really involved with you,
Yes.
right? We're really involved in this process with you. So that's kind of where we start. But then kind of what else do we really look at, Mary?
So we also want to start by assessing areas of your life. It's, do I or do we want to remain in the area where we currently reside? Or, and if that answer is no, we're not going to stay in the area, then renting probably is the option for you at this time.
Yeah.
But no, even if you're renting, that credit history plays an impact even in the rental process, and it could be your application being accepted or not throughout this process.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're just going to talk a bit more about this process. Please stay with us.